So I mentioned in a previous video about input being necessary but maybe not sufficient for acquisition. There is a camp of linguists that say perhaps input is sufficient, but the camp that we follow is input is necessary but not necessarily sufficient to acquire a language. So what does that mean? When we are providing input to a child, let's just say in the first language, the input is oral and constant, and children, after a while of listening to it, begin to speak. And obviously their bodies are developing with it, what have you. When they get to school age, we still instruct them with grammar because it will fine-tune the systems that they've gotten into their minds to help them arrive to that more perfect version of fluency. So let's apply that to our second language. When we are providing input, when is it appropriate then to give that instruction on grammar? And my answer would be that unless they're asking for it, they're probably not ready because, again, beginners cannot focus on form and meaning. So there have been no studies that have said that, okay, the providing of opportunities to practice over and over and over again the same grammatical feature will allow anyone to recall that in an appropriate situation and use it perfectly. There have been no studies that have correlated the two, the rote practicing and then the perfect production. So we are mostly going to be focusing on input, recognizing that it is not sufficient for perfect fluency, but unless the children are asking for the grammatical explanation of a certain feature, they haven't noticed the grammatical feature yet. So probably it's not quite time to interrupt the input to interject with the grammar.